Ooh, I feel a little dark today on my lighting is a little
Yeah.
dark today. I don't know
Is it
why.
overcast outside? I was going to ask you
No,
about
it's beautiful, but I just got like a
that.
little bit of a, I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess it's
Yeah.
better than a green halo or something going on.
Yeah. All the things that can go
I don't know.
weird.
I don't know why I didn't
Yeah.
notice it earlier either. I just noticed it
Yeah.
when it popped up, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So I'm Tricia Broderick,
I'm Diana Larsen.
and we wrote Lead Without Blame, and we come together once a month to continue to dive in various topics that are from the book or extra parts that we wish we could have gotten into the book, and also just to chat with each other and check in once a month. But it's unscripted, but we do always have a topic. So do you want to share today's topic?
Today's time, ironically, with how cheery and chatty we've started off this thing, today's topic is June gloom.
Well, maybe that's why
And
my shading on my camera is happening. It's
yeah,
like
there
the
you are.
gloom
It's
shade.
atmospheric. Yes, yeah. And it is atmospheric, actually, June gloom. It's on the, I don't know about other parts of the country, but on the West Coast, all the way from San Diego all the way up to Seattle, very often in June, we experience a lot of overcast, we're starting to get some, with climate change, we're starting to get some peek through sunny days, but in history, it's been lots of marine layer, gloomy kind of weather, rain, maybe even a little sprinkly, rainy, not downpours, but just ick, you know. And it occurred to us that, in life we get these periods of time where it just seems like things aren't, and how do you, the story in Oregon used to be, you just wait till after July 4th, and then summer comes and it's
Oh,
sunny the
really?
rest of the,
Okay.
the next 3 months. And that is true. When we're in that kind of gloomy space, there is sunshine coming, and sometimes just the awareness of that can keep us going a little bit. And so, let's talk about some of our gloomy times and how we've gotten through them, and some ideas about that might be helpful for folks.
Yeah, it's interesting because like in general, it's weird. At home, I'm a very pessimistic person. At the workplace, I'm a very optimistic person. But in general, people think of me and they think big personality, lively, like I'm always laughing, I'm always dancing, right? Doing different
Mhm.
things. But I get my gloom too. And a lot of times it almost feels like it's piling on too. Even then it becomes like small things, right? And so then it feels
Yeah.
almost a little silly. But there just
Yeah.
feels like an extra weight, right? An extra
Yeah.
what's next, what's going to happen next. Like I even had this, it's crazy that we're having this conversation because I even had this yesterday. I was stopped at Whole Foods, I was doing some returns, right? And I was like, ooh, I'm going to get some fruit on my way out. And then sure enough, I dropped the whole bin of blueberries on the floor and just rolled everywhere. And I just, when you stop
Oh
and you're just like,
no.
yep, seems about right. Like, yep,
Yeah.
on par with the day. It's on par,
Yeah.
and you start to have that like where it's like, yep, what's going to happen next? Here's the weight, and that gloom. So it's not even just like you're upset about one thing. That's the differentiator for me for the gloom part. It almost just feels steady and present, and then
Yeah.
applicable to everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
in those moments.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've learned to recognize when it's not like deep depression. I mean, I'm not in that state that I really have huge compassion for people who can go there. I don't get that, but I just get these times when it's just a downtime. It's just I'm not making enough progress forward that feels right to me. I'm just not, it's like this, I feel like I'm kind of stuck in the mud, and it's just really hard to keep things moving forward and that kind of thing. And that, for me, that's unusual. I mean, that's not my normal state of things, but I get those moments. I mean, they come around I wish it's not a regular basis, but they come around. And I really have to stop and think about, okay, when was the last time I felt this way? How did I get through it? What happened that helped me get through it? Those kinds of things, did I just, and a lot of times it's just, I'm going to take some time off. I'm going to go and get a mani-pedi this afternoon. And I'm just going to step away from all the other things going on, or something like that just gives me the opportunity to break the cycle somehow of I'm just noticing more and more things that are going wrong. Like you say, oh, now the blueberries, right? When things start going wrong, it does feel at times like it's piling on. And I know there are a lot of people right now looking for work and, having all kinds of other challenges in their lives. And you can really get pretty gloomy in that situation. And I just have to remind myself the times when I've experienced myself getting through it, and I've seen others get through it. And it always comes out better on the other side. It always does. And so I've learned to sort of trust that pattern, that is a thing that happens in my life. And I will get through it. My friends will get through theirs. They'll find something better on the other side. And I just have to believe in that, even though it doesn't feel as real right in the moment. Yeah.
Well, and I think that's one of the things that I'll do too. And I even go, it's just naming it, right? Just acknowledging it, because I think that's one of those okay, I'm done. I'm done, but I need to name it and own it and then figure out. But I'll do even little tokens to kind of have some visual symbolization of okay, you're in that I'm done state. It's okay. Because those narratives that we do tell ourselves, right? Especially when we get into that bad place, is I'm not a very superstitious kind of person, but I do really have this it comes in threes dynamic. And I don't know, and I mean, you can always make that happen right in your head, but I very much, and so I can get in my head of okay, what's the third thing? What's going to happen? Right. And then I'm almost looking for it, which I will manifest it. And even if I don't manifest, I can find it, I can make a connection, right? That's why those things work. And so I have to be really careful with that narrative that I'm telling myself during those moments. And by naming it a little bit is okay, I'm tired. I have traveled every week this month. I'm actually surprised I know what up is right now. Right. And I can tell that I'm a little, I've had all these highs. And so it makes the gloom feel a little bit more severe than it actually is with at times. And so for me, tiredness can come into play as to how much the gloom takes hold or how long it lasts with things. But I have to be, I like you, I have to be really careful about the stories that I'm telling myself to remind myself that it doesn't last and then I can get through it with it. But when it has that weight and it's piling on and I'm looking for the third thing, man, it's just a lot with it. I think the other thing that I do is I find my people during that time. There's an element of, I can be around this person. It doesn't matter how cranky I was or how depressed, not even full-blown depression, because that's another category all in itself, but that gloom, that just I'm in a bad mood, right? I'm just blah. And I could be around somebody else, and even if they're in that, you feed, I actually felt a little bit of it, and just immediately feeding off of you, I'm okay, now I'm smiling a little bit more, and there's just that dynamic of engaging, and which is one of the hardest things to do when I'm feeling the gloom, is wanting to interact with people. And yet for me, it's so powerful in pulling me out and helping me with that perspective, helping me just distract myself from that searching, right? Of negative.
Well, and I have learned that I have to be careful about how I'm distracting myself, because it's so easy to just drop into doom scrolling, or just, okay, what's the algorithm serving me today? I'll just start looking at, I'm now looking at the weather in Central Oregon, and then some puppy in Southern California. And then, I mean, things that have, which are kind of amusing in the moment, but when you're piling them on in your life, and they're just a distraction. And it's much better if I really stop and think, what am I in that is causing me to feel this way? What am I in that is giving me this gloominess in my life? And let's really look at it. What are the factors that are impacting me and causing this to happen? I mean, you brought up the rule of 3, and I'm like, where does that I have that too.
Oh, you do?
It's like,
okay.
Oh yeah. I know a lot of people who do, and I'm like, where did that originate? Where did that come from? So, maybe I'll do something like that. I'll like, why am I looking for the third thing? And what is it? What, where did I learn about looking for the third thing? If I can shift myself into a true useful learning mode, that will often get me out of the gloominess faster, because, I mean, learning is my life, basically. It is how I live. And so if I feel like I'm really not living very well in the moment, finding something new to learn, even if it's doing a crossword puzzle, or, maybe I'll learn a new word, or, whatever. Finding something new to learn is a really helpful thing for me in that moment. Okay, what is it that's going on with me? What can I learn about what's going on with me? Where can I dive a little deeper, or learn a little more, or how can I engage that part of myself to help move through the gloom? And it's not like pull me out of the gloom. No, you have to move through it, but movement is encouraging. So if I can feel movement, then I'm more encouraged that this is, I think I've said before about my friend who said her favorite Bible verse was, "It came to pass." In other words, it showed up so it could go away. What's the meaning she put on that? And it's like, okay, this is here now. How can we just keep letting it pass, right? Letting it go away. And so those are some things that I try. Yeah.
You made me think of another one that was actually kind of counter or opposite spectrum of the one. You're like the learning and digging in. Sometimes I want to go to, give me some quick check marks. Give me some feeling of momentum. Give me some quick things that I can feel progress with, that I'm comfortable in, that I'm confident in. It can be helpful for me at times. And so sometimes I tackle really hard things in the workplace right off the day. It's like my first thing is I'll try and write something. And other days I'm like, that's being saved for later. I need some quick, like, little things along the way. And I can't say which end of that spectrum, like learn something totally new and put yourself out of your comfort zone versus get a few check marks, get some momentum thing. I prefer, and I don't know, I actually think I'm going to have to like reflect on that the next time I'm in it to see, is there a reason I go one spectrum versus the other spectrum? But I do the other as well when I just need to feel some progress so that the story I'm highlighting is in that direction.
Yeah. And a lot of people, and for me, it works sometimes, not always, but sometimes. And I've heard from a lot of people it works for them, is to, find something in your life that you want to tidy up. I'm going to clear my desk. I'm going to, and that is a check mark thing. I mean, that you could use that as a check mark thing, but just, I'm going to clear the decks in this one achievable area. Right. And that can really help lift the gloom for me. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes I have a hard time deciding on something. There's too many options. but if I can pick one, and one that feels really meaningful to me in the moment and can make some progress where I'm not making progress on something else in my life, that can help me move through the gloom and help me feel like, oh, wait, no, life is moving on. It's not just all overcast skies and misty rain and such.
I think the other thing that I do is try to find something that I can help somebody with.
Yeah.
Be in service, right? Volunteer but even in the workplace, like if somebody's struggling with something, volunteer, partnering with them, pairing with them, doing certain things, collaborating just in general, but really with the focus of serving, right? Helping, because then the focus is not on me, it's on them. And that can really take that perspective change for me. Also just always makes me feel more appreciative and grateful for different things. So I try to look for, sometimes that can cause me stress because I'm like, oh, I'm not doing what I need to do. But I'd rather take a little bit of the stress than the gloom. Right. And sometimes that is a conscious choice I'll make, is I'll take a little bit of stress for delaying something for a way out of the gloom dynamic, because I'm going to do better when I do that thing eventually anyways, if I'm not in that headspace.
Right. I've been thinking a lot about the 4 C's lately, and what kind of guidance that model can give us. It's a model in the Lead Without Blame book called 4 C's for Learning Leadership, but I'm finding it has broader application.
And just for people who are not as familiar, it's confidence, it's courage, it's compassion, and complexity.
Yes. Yeah, those are the 4 C's. And when I'm struggling with courage, like you said, if I can find somebody to help, if I can give some compassion, right? Or if I can work with somebody and have confidence that we're going to, the thing we're working on because of our collaboration is going to work well, or I can just think about I'm in a really complex situation right now. And all of these things are going to, create something new that I can't imagine right now. And that's just the nature of being in a complex situation. And so let's stay alert. Let's look for what is emerging. What new thing can we deal with, right? And or if I'm feeling like I can't give compassion to anybody, well, what can I be courageous about? What can I say that nobody else might say in a certain situation, and have the courage to kind of put that forward. That moving around those behaviors in the 4 C's can be helpful in a lot of situations. And I'm discovering that more and more. It's one of the things at every book I've written, every new model that I've contributed to, and so on. One of the things I love about it is that when you write it, when you visualize it, when you put it out in the world and other people start using it, it starts teaching you back. It's like, it's never, if it's a good model, it's never complete. It's always, there's always more to learn from it. And I really love that. I really love that happens. Yeah.
Hi, Sunny. I saw that you just posted with things. I was supposed to see Sunny actually a couple of weeks ago when I was in Michigan, and I didn't get a chance to. But yes, it does create negativity bias. And like we were mentioning, we will actively see the connection and look for it, and things that really sometimes aren't there, or you wouldn't have even made a deal about it if that was the case. So Okay, we're already at time. Like, look how crazy this is. Where can people find you coming up?
Well, if you're in the Portland, Oregon area, I'm going to be doing a couple of things with the local Agile PDX user group. And in October, I will be speaking at Pacific Northwest Software Quality Conference, which is hosted in Portland, but people from all over the world come to it. It's a really pretty exciting event, focused primarily on software quality, but also all kinds of quality issues. I was thinking the other day, it even encompasses sort of quality of life at work kind of issues. So it's a great conference. I really enjoy going to it. So I'll be doing those two things coming up. I'm also working very hard on a new program on my website, dianalarsen.com. If you go to /thrive, you can see a description of a new program that I've got out in the world. And I'm really looking forward to getting that going. I've still got some questions about what the first date is going to be and a couple of other things like that. But people can at my website can hit a button that says book a call, and you'll find out whatever the latest news is on that program. And and that's actually a really good way to get in touch with me if you just want to have a chat. Actually, that's always fun. So
I actually, for the first time in a while, have several upcoming offerings with a how to train, like teaching leaders and individuals on training skills that I'll be doing in August. I'm doing a product-centric course called Vision to Value in September. That's a virtual course, and it's an interesting, like, I'm like, well, what's a new take on it? And it's like, and I have to say, I was like, okay, this has got a different flavor in it, and really getting that word of mouth and what that means with customer delight and not just satisfying needs and looking at that part. In terms of conferences, I will be at Agile 2026 in July. I will be at Star West in September. And then I will be at Tech Connect in New York in October. Those are the ones that I know of coming up for those three. So I'm actually getting out a little bit more. There may be an upcoming announcement coming in July with X2A. And so I've been a little heads down with that, but things are starting to move. So things are coming, and it's going to be a whirlwind next few months. So I'm excited.
Wow. That sounds great.
Yes. Okay.
So when can people find us next month?
July. We just looked this up. July 10th. We'll be coming back with our next topic on July. We couldn't do the first Friday or anything. This 4th of July weekend. So we'll be back with everybody on July 10th. Again, if you have a topic or something you want us to talk about, we like to talk. So we'll probably take it on. Just let us know. Otherwise, we'll see you then.
Right. Bye.